Akane is an interesting character because of her ability to Kododama cancel her specials on hit, block and whiff, while most other characters rely on homing or extend force cancels to extend pressure or combos. This means a lot of otherwise unsafe specials can turn into mix-ups without having to use the usual resources. Even on whiff, of all the characters her playstyle has probably changed the most between Love Max, 6 stars and Extend. But first let's look at some of her general notes that should help you form a game plan in any version. 214 specials will clash a hit, which makes it a reasonable approach option. Super version does not. She jumps and super jumps higher than most of the cast. Her 5B, 5C, BC, and 236C all reflect projectiles at different angles. Her DP has upper body invincibility and will guard crush air blocks. Super version does not guard break. It will come out faster, making it sometimes safer but clash hits faster, which has its advantages and disadvantages. 5C, 2B, 6C, 5E and 2E are all air unblockable. 5C will probably be used the most since it has its fast and chains easily, and is easiest to follow up with homing cancels or Kododama recharge. Her jumping E knocks down and is jump cancelable and special cancelable, which makes it a good combo ender and air-to-air knockdown if you are above them. Her 4-1-2-3-6 teleports can create some really good mix-ups, and can be Kododama cancelled into specials, but can be punished by mashing. She has pretty good air-to-air buttons. Jumping A is pretty active, and being a fast button, would stuff out most hits before they come out at closer range. Jumping B is slower, but active for longer, and give more reward on hit. Falling jump C may relaunch, but extremely hard to hit anything because of the small hitbox. Her critical heart either does 3 hits, 35 hits or 100 hits, depending if you are in extend force mode, and how much you mash. Her counter special has burst blowback protection. "5B hits behind her to prevent some cross-ups. 2-2A gains a hitbox at super jump height or above, but 2-2A and B don't seem useful compared to C, other than slightly more damage on certain combo enders off J214 enders. Her 2-2C is plus on block. If you are completely new, just remember that jumping B, 214 rush moves, and 2-2C dive kicks are her main approach options to poke and chain into things for damage at flowchart level, and recharge Kododama when you can. Now that most of the important notes are covered, let's talk about how much she's changed. Her playstyle has seen the most changes of all characters between Love Max, 6 stars, and Extend due to changes made to her 2-2C dive kick across all 3 versions. In the most recent Extend update, Akane's 2-2C has been nerfed heavily. It recovers slower, and bounces opponent way higher, making it impossible to chain into 2C without being in EFC mode. Unless you are getting into character-specific things, with tighter timing. You can also still do some big damage without using too much regular resources with some Kododama cancelling. Even with these abilities, the lack of ability to easily end her dive clicks with 2C and get easier conversions into either more damage, or hard knockdowns to reset Kododama is a surprisingly big flaw. It seemed like she was hit hard by a huge nerf. However, on closer inspection, she was given the ability to Kododama cancel her specials into Arcana specials. This created whole new options for her, which create a lot more depth and freedom for her. Here's an example of combos you could not previously do. And just look at all the reset mix-ups potentials I came up with off one move. And now some random things you can do. For Arcana suggestions, my friend recommended Sim, Bullet, Dark, Sound, and Wind. You can probably choose anything and come up with something, so that part is up to you to figure out. I would just like to say that you should be creative in the end and figure out more ways to use any Arcana and how you want to develop your playstyle.